Hi everyone. In this short video, we're going to walk through a little bit about how to utilize the Qvinci platform to get financial reports for any of your regions or sections or areas, depending on the visibility that you need. Now, to log into your Qvinci account, you simply visit our website, and that's www.qvinci.com. When you land on our homepage, in the upper right-hand corner, you'll see the login button. Once you click that login button, it's going to take you to the login screen. Bookmark this page. You're going to need it again. Now, your login credentials were sent to you. It may have been several months ago. That email may have landed in your spam or junk folder. If this is all brand new to you, do not worry. Just email us at intuit-support@qvinci.com, and the team will make sure that we get the access out to you right away. Once you have your email, that is going to be your username, and the password is whatever you have generated. But if you forgot, there is also a handy forgot password link, or just email us and we will reset that for you. And when you're ready, simply click on the login button. And that takes you to this advisory portal. Now, this first screen that you see is going to show you all of the various regions, sections, areas, whatever you needed visibility to, listed here. You're also going to see the last time that the data was synced. And by the way, for all of those QuickBooks Online files, those are syncing in the middle of the night every night. There is nothing anyone has to do. So you have near real-time visibility into how your regions are doing. Now, across the top, you do see a number of different columns. The reporting month by default is always showing the most recently completed calendar month. You're also going to see some KPIs that may or may not be relevant or necessary for you. At the very top of the screen, you have the option to choose what reporting period you're looking at. Now, because AYSO is such a seasonal organization, reporting month might not be helpful, but you can choose that reporting fiscal year to date and have a better visibility. So this just becomes a dashboard for your particular regions. Now, if you did want to dig in a little bit deeper, all of these numbers here that you see, blurred out for privacy reasons, they are actually clickable. So if you were to say, choose one of the top 10 expenses as an example, and you clicked on that cell, you're going to get an advisory card that shows what were the top 10 expenses for the reporting month compared to the prior month. Or if you were looking at fiscal year to date, you would see fiscal year to date numbers for the same period in the prior year. And that'll help you to really hone in on what are regions really spending money on, and keep an eye on how they're managing their cash flows. From here on your advisory portal, if you did want to simply run a report for a particular region, you can click on the region or just click on AYSO, and it's going to take you into our libraries. Now, there are 4 tabs across the top. You do not need to worry about those because we've already pinned a number of reports that we think are going to be helpful for you. Starting with this second report, You will see that you have a name, which can sometimes be a little confusing, and we've tried to put a description over here. The second report that you see is by region. It is a profit and loss or a statement of activity. It is a detailed version for the fiscal year to date, and it's going to show you columns by entity or by region. Over here, the little green button is what you would click on to generate that report. When you do, you're going to see fiscal year ending based on that as of date being the most recent completed calendar month. It's going to show you, as I mentioned, each region that you have visibility into across the top. You're going to see everybody against the same chart of accounts so that you can very easily compare apples to apples across all of the regions in your section or in your area. Now, when we go back to this pinned tab, there are a couple of other things I would like to point out. Now, obviously, that is how you see your entire world. Our default is to run on everyone, but you do have an option at the very top in the middle of your screen to filter entities. By clicking on that, it's going to open up our filter box where you can uncheck the select all and choose whichever region you wanted to run a particular report on. When you have that region selected, go ahead and click on Apply Filters. And you'll notice up at the very top, the library now says which region you selected. If I were to run the same exact report as I did before, I'm only going to see that region. Now, one other thing that you can do is change the date that that report runs. As I mentioned, the default is the most recent completed calendar month. However, if I wanted to run a report for last fiscal year, I simply click on that as of date link right next to the filter entities option. It's going to open up a box that allows me to toggle around and choose what date I want the ending month to be for my reporting. I then apply my changes and click on that green button again to run the report. Now, because I only selected one region, I have a little bit more flexibility here. As I'm looking at that region's data, if I wanted to dig in a little bit more and maybe see what made up the uniforms for players without tax paid, as an example, I can actually double click on the numbers there, and it's going to open up a new tab that takes me down into the detail. This is drilling down into the various transactions that make up that total so that you can at a glance see not only what account they coded things to, but the date of the transaction, the amount of the transaction, if it is a region using classes, what the class was, who they paid, the total dollar amount, and let you see that QuickBooks data without having to log into QuickBooks. Now, I know this was a quick overview, but it really is that simple. You can run your reports on one region. You can run your reports on your entire group. You can run them for an entire fiscal year. We have a number of different reports for you. If you need additional help, we do provide one-on-one training. You can simply schedule with our team, email us at either of those email addresses, and someone will get back to you. You can grab time directly with me. Many of you have my calendar link or at a minimum my email address. We are absolutely here to help any way we can. There will also be a handful of Q&A sessions where we can talk through this more one-on-one as well and answer any questions you may have. I hope this was helpful, and we look forward to working with you on this in the future. Have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.